This week we're heading way up northeast to the island of Newfoundland to get after some big moose.
We're not gonna eat moose dinner, we're gonna have moose burger.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna have for lunch.
It's the only moose my dad will get this whole trip.
Be bigger than yours.
Outdoor option. My daddy taught way of life I passed down to my kids. Showed me how to shoot and hunt and fish and how to live. Said I was born for the great outdoors, but the choice is up to you. Man, I always choose the outdoor option. It's outdoor option. Outdoor option. It's outdoor option.
This is us. This is what we're all about.
Outdoor option. That's the life I choose. Outdoor option.
The Outdoor Option is brought to you by Covert Scouting Cameras, Suzuki, the Remington Outdoor Company, Ignite the Hunt, Deer Supplements and Attractants, Skag Power Equipment, Orca Coolers, Justin Original Work Boots, Sheffield Financial, Rhino Blinds, and 10 Point Crossbow Technologies.
Well, we had a couple-hour drive from Deer Lake Airport to Daniels Harbor where we were meeting everybody. So on the way, we decided to stop at this small diner on the side of the road and get ourselves some moose burgers.
This place we were at, this one gal was there, and she was working all herself. She was taking the orders, she was doing the cooking, she was doing all the dishes and everything else. So she was running around like, you know, a chicken with her head cut off. And, you know, in Newfoundland, it was always a friendly place. Everybody always pitches in. So I just basically did the same. I walked into the kitchen and said, here, I'll give you a hand and I'll watch the burgers while you take care of everything else. And she was very much appreciative of it and just let me do what I want to do like I was at home.
Here.
I got you. This is called the indoor option. It's the cooking segment. Check that out. Newfie Moose Burgers. Say that fast. Newfie Moose Burgers.
You know, I've had moose before, but I've never had it prepared this way. This was literally the best burger I've ever had in my life. Who knew my dad could cook like that?
Oh, they were absolutely fantastic. Don't you
Mine
guys
was
think
good.
so?
I'm
They were
full.
good, weren't they? Wow.
It's because I cooked them.
Yeah.
I was back in the kitchen doing our first food segment.
All right, we got a bunch of travel and do this. Hit the road. Hit the road, eh? Well, we checked in with Leonard and now we are on the road headed north to Moose Camp. Got a couple-hour drive and see if we can get back in there and bear this rain and weather. So,
I think it's in the middle of Kansas.
yeah. Moose
Where
Camp,
was-
here we come.
Wizard of Oz. We drove up the coast. It was a beautiful scenic route. It took us probably 2.5 hours to get up there from Deer Lake, and then we had to take a gravel road for about 25 miles back into where we were going to park our vehicles.
Just got up here, got all the Argos, gonna load everything up. Probably take a couple trips to get back in, but try to get back in there before it starts raining again.
Are you ready to go? Huh? Ready to go with the program here.
So the terrain around this camp was all wet, boggy fields. So the only way to get from the road to the cabin was by Argo. This was my first time riding on an Argo. This was an experience of a lifetime. So cool.
There's home sweet home for a week. When we came around the bend and saw the cabin, it was one of those cabins that, you know, that's really quaint and really nice for being way back in the bush.
Stay connected with the Outdoor Option team. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you and see your pictures.
Closed captioning of The Outdoor Option is provided by the Remington Outdoor Company. This segment of the Outdoor Option is brought to you by 10 Point Crossbow Technologies.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. It's time for another Facebook giveaway. For your chance to win a brand new Covert Scouting camera, log on to our Facebook, comment, and tell us what the Outdoor Option means to you. And again, thanks for watching.
Well, I'm gonna head out and get an extra afternoon hunt in here. It's pretty rough weather, but you know, you never get a day back, so I'm gonna head out here a day earlier. And while everybody sits back here and eats dinner, I'm gonna go out and try to hunt. So see if I can get one ahead of the game. Just so you know, I'm Drake Head the Toe. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it.
Buddy, okay?
All right.
All right, bud. See ya.
See ya.
See you guys. We'll be back at dark.
I always thought when Danny was 3 or 4 years old that, you know, I'd make a trip back here where he could hunt with me. And that was a dream come true for me because all I kept thinking about the whole time was waiting until he got to the age where he could make that trip with us up there and experience something like that for his first time.
So you're thinking we set up over here somewhere?
Over here, he's back in the woods a bit, right?
Okay. Yeah, block some of the wind too.
Yeah, blocks on the wind, so there's a moose in the woods, like we get back in the woods here to call too, right?
Okay. Shooting a bull moose with a bow has been on my bucket list for a very long time. So on this trip to Newfoundland, I took my bow and my rifle. And when we got there the first day, I decided to head out with my bow and try to get the job done on the first evening.
Well, we worked our way around this big series of forest and deep woods. And we got to a point where we can get the wind in our face. We saw a cow moose down here. Real heavy wind just makes it tough with these moose. They like to stay in the deep woods, so it's a little bit of pre-rut right now, so we'll see if we can try to call one out. We're in here where we're blocked from the wind a little bit. Maybe you can hear some stuff going on, but a lot of sign through here, which is definitely a good thing, so see if we can pull one out.
We did end up seeing a couple of cow moose, and even though we didn't see any bulls, we were happy to know that there was moose in the area. It's windy, 50-mile-an-hour winds, and I'm learning real quick that the bow thing just isn't gonna work.
He got the experience of his life. He found out what it was like to have to walk, you know, 4 or 5 miles to bow hunt and the high winds and everything else. And by the time he got back, he was wore out to a frizzle, and that was the only day he bow hunted. You know, one of the things that my dad and I have always done wherever we go is we always order topo maps. While Danny was out hunting, that's what we spent the next couple hours doing. We pulled the topo maps out, we marked where the cabin was, we looked at all the different areas where we were going to be hunting the next few days. And it was pretty cool to do that planning. It kind of gives you a feeling of being able to be part of the plan and being a part of, you know, the demographics of what we're going to do and where we're going to go and what we're going to be after. So that's part of our preparation we've always done, because we did so many hunts that were self-guided hunts. It's just something that we carried over to the guided hunts. That was just good information to have, and it's good to bring home, put it in our scrapbook and have it marked so that, you know, if we ever tell a story, we could sit there and refresh our memories by looking at where we were and where we were going to be.
The rumor came that there was going to be TV crew coming in. Anyway, we started giggling about it and kind of excited, and Colby would go around the house singing, "We're going to make it to the movies."
Well, Rosie was our cook, was our camp cook for the week, and she was a really, really good cook and took a lot of pride in what she put together for us. And you know, the meals we had there, they were just really, really good, and it was really fun listening to the stories that she would tell. Really took her job serious, wanted to make sure our experience was really a good one.
Everyone okay?
Her husband Colby was the main guide that runs the camp there, and he had lots of stories too, and they got a great relationship, and it just made it that much more fun for us. You know, he wanted to show me a trick, and he took an old hand towel, and he was able to roll it up and configure it into position to where he could turn it into making it look like he was field dressing a jackrabbit. But it's part of the flavor of being Newfoundland and some of the things they do to keep each other, you know, preoccupied and sharing stories. And now I can, you know, pass it on to people back here whenever we're sitting around, you know, having conversations where I can show a little trick that I learned up in Newfoundland.
So it's open in the summer.
Well, it's that time of night. It's time to go to bed. We got a big day tomorrow. Looking forward to getting after some moose here in Newfoundland. And I got to get my beauty rest. See y'all in the morning.
The Outdoor Option is brought to you by these fine sponsors. This segment of The Outdoor Option is brought to you by Ignite the Hunt, deer supplements and attractants.
And we knew coming into this particular week that the rut was way pre-rut, the weather was warm, it was going to be difficult to see a lot of big bulls, but it wasn't impossible to see a lot of big bulls because this camp was really a good camp.
For the first couple days of our hunt, nothing was going on. The weather was tough, the moose just were not moving, but on the third day we finally got some good weather and we could just tell today was going to be the day.
We just spotted the moose. There's a cow and a bull over here on the other side of this lake. And we're gonna go after it there. And we think we saw another bull over here. So we're gonna ease our way around there and see what we come into first. Try to get in the right wind position. Get a shot at this big old bull. So it's exciting here in Newfoundland. Really exciting. Is out of here, but the cow's still standing looking at us, so we're going after the other bull. We got the bull and the cow here about 300 yards. We're gonna try to get a little closer, try to get an open shot at it. You see it? You see it?
And we were able to get up close to a bull that was up in a bunch of deadfalls and in the brush, and I was able to get an open shot.
Well, if he gives me anything, I'm going to shoot him, but I got only a small gap. All I got's the front of the shoulder and the neck. Yeah. You got him. On the ground, down, on the ground, on the ground. Yes. On the ground. Yeah.
I was confident in my 25-06. It's a very accurate, gun that I use on my 700, SPS from Remington. I was able to squeeze that shot right through, and I knocked that bull right down in his tracks.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me tell you, that was cool. We saw him down here on the lake this morning. We stalked all the way along the edge of the lake, up through this dark timber, got up here in this old logging road. Just saw him walking up there, sneaking out past us. We got up here, we got an open shot to him, huh? All I had was his shoulder and the base of his neck, so I put it right there, dropped him in his tracks. About 100 yards up there. My Remington 25-06 did it again. Wow, that's exciting. Not a giant bull, but it's a good bull here for Newfoundland. And got the limited amount of time we got. It's a good bull. Any bull's a good bull. Oh, I can't wait to get up to get my hands on him. You and your white gloves. Wow, that's what you call a true spot and stalk. Wow.
It became apparent really quick that, after 2-3 days of hunting, they told us that at that point we really should try to get, the first legal bull we see to get down because, the big bulls just weren't showing themselves and the weather wasn't cooperating.
Right there. There he is. Look at the size of that body. Wow.
This moose certainly isn't the biggest one, but it's huge. It's probably close to 1,000 pounds as it is. And it's just big. You know, this is gonna feed a lot of needy families. Because you know, here in the Outdoor Option, we do a lot of donating of our meat to a lot of needy families in need. And there's a lot of needy families in this world that could use the meat. So, you know, we eat a lot of it ourselves, but whenever we don't, it doesn't go to waste, and we help out families. But boy, talk about a big old bull. Size of those ears, just big body. It's unbelievable. And to walk up here through the deadfalls, oh, there's nothing tougher in the world, huh? That's a tough walk. I had to walk across logs and everything else, but that's okay, you know? We got a bull down. Thanks to your help. Let's get this thing cleaned up and get her down back to camp.
The Outdoor Option is brought to you by these fine sponsors. This segment of the Outdoor Option is brought to you by Covert Scouting Cameras, the official trail camera of the Outdoor Option.
When I found out that my dad got a bull down, I was so excited. It gave me the little extra push I needed to get out there the next day and try to get one of my own.
Gonna take the boat across the lake today. So instead of walking all the way around there, we get to go straight across.
We're trying out some new territory today. We brought the boat across the lake, and we got Manuel here with us, helping. And we got 2 guides going after 1 bull.
As we're walking through the bog looking for moose, we come across the caribou. And I've never seen a caribou in the wild before, so this is pretty cool to have one this close who has no care in the world that we're even there. So the guides had a place they wanted to get to so we can set up and call. But on our way there, Dylan spots a bull moose and it catches us completely off guard. Of all the hunts, this would be the one that I forget my shooting sticks. Now I'm really wishing that I wouldn't have forgot my shooting sticks back at camp, because boy do I need them. In a moment like this, you gotta learn to improvise, and Dylan comes up with a great idea.
Brush was too high, so I mean, it was either shoot off my shoulder or the moose was going to get away.
Sure. You good?
This is the first time I've ever shot a moose, so I wasn't really sure how to react, but all I knew was that I was excited.
There he lays.
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
First moose down. Thank you guys. Good bull. Good bull. Well, we got my first moose down on the ground. A great 6-point bull, and I just couldn't be happy. You know, up here in Newfoundland, this is a perfect example of a great bull. And you know, the 280 Remington did his job. This bull only came about 100 yards, maybe even less than 100 yards, and we put the smack down on him. You know, big thanks to Dylan. You know, he's been guiding me the last few days, and you know, has become a great friend of mine. My dad shot his bull yesterday, and right after we shot this one, we heard my grandpa shoot a couple times. So, you know, hopefully he got one down and all three of us will tag out here.
Well, I was right. It was my grandpa that shot. And fortunately, I had plenty of time to get back and help the crew with the recovery.
Huh? What do you think of that, Pop? Give me some.
Isn't that something?
Unbelievable, man. That was, here, all in here. Let's get it in there. Let's get it all in sync. Let's go. Here you go. Way to go. 3 generations here on the Outdoor Option. That's what it's all about. I started off with one, Danny followed with an encore, and Grandpa got the big encore, the grand finale. I'll tell you what, we've had a blast here in Newfoundland, and we're gonna be back.
This is a trip I really wanted to go on, but as always, school comes first, and I'm hoping to get the opportunity to go back with them this year.
I just hope that the viewers out there and the folks at home, you know, get to understand, you know, just how much it means to be in a position like this, to have 3 generations together and to share in that excitement, because there's nothing better than that. So see you next time on the Outdoor Option. Where's my glasses? Hey, where's my neck? Okay, cut.